getting ready to do a Vinyasa flow live this morning. It's Friday morning. So if you're ready and you want to grab your mat and just join me for a quick yoga flow this morning, it'd be great. It's a great day already outside here where I am in North Carolina. I am starting. I'm just putting up my hair. Hopefully you guys had a stress-free week. If not, totally understandable, because I am actually going to use yoga to de-stress this morning. I can't believe it's already Friday morning. It's been a crazy week. So I'm going to start out in child's pose. You're going to ground your forehead to the earth and center your forehead here and just revert inward and think about releasing all the negativity or whatever is on your mind right now. While you're doing that, focus on your breath work, breathing in and releasing all the toxins out. Just breathe in and release out. And while you're doing that, make sure you're breathing in and releasing out of your mouth with the restriction on the back of your throat. Now I'm going to go to some cat and cows. Lifting my head up, tucking it under, warming up my upper back. And just focusing on the current moment right here and right now. And then from here, I'm going to go into a bear pose to warm up my body, put my hands down, lift my knees slightly above the ground, and hold it here to warm up your upper back and your legs. And just keep holding it, focusing inward on your breath. Focusing on the here and now. And then release. Go back to doing cat and cows. And then lift your right leg, your left leg back and your right arm out in front and hold it here for a second. To warm up your abs. Move it out to the side. Focusing again on your breathing. And then back to center. Reach behind and grab your left foot. And just hold it here. And then release. Now we're going to lift our left arm out in front. My right leg behind. Reaching it out in front. And then out to the side. Back to the front. I'm going to go back to the side and stay for a moment. Feeling the strength in your upper right thigh. And then reach behind and grab your right leg. Or your right foot. Hold it here for a moment. And then release. Now from here we're going to go into a downward dog. While we're in downward dog, we're going to walk it out. Just like focusing on the current moment. It's so easy to get distracted in life by what isn't right here, right now. It's easy to get distracted by the past, the future. But what matters currently is your here and now. So if you focus on that and you're intentional, that's what's purposeful. I'm going to walk to the top of my mat. I'm going to do a half lift, forward fold. And then I'm going to stand tall, and I'm going to side bend to the right. Feel the stretch in your left side body. Center, side bend to the left, feeling the stretch in your side body. And then center, mini back bend. And then forward fold, releasing everything, and then walking it out for a vinyasa. Or you can hold a high plank for a moment to warm up your body some more. Just hold it here in this position. Just feel the current moment right here, right now. And then vinyasa. And then go back to downward dog and walk it out if you feel like you need to. Everything in yoga is optional. Yoga is about feeling what your body needs in that current moment. It's not about knowing what your body needed in the past or knowing what your body needs in the future. It's about meeting you in the current moment, in the current times. And until your breath meets you there, sometimes it can be challenging. I'm going to do a side twist to the right, your right hand up at the sky, gaze follows. And then side twist to the left, same with your left hand. And then I'm going to walk it out to do a vinyasa. Now from here, I'm going to go back to a downward dog. I'm going to walk my hands back, half lift, and then I'm going to go into a chair pose. I'm going to hold it here in this chair pose for a moment to warm up my thighs and my lower back and my abs, just focusing on the current moment. And your breath should be raised a little at this point, so the great part about yoga is how it meets you where you are, and it tells your body what your body needs at that current moment. So if something feels better, obviously, in your body, go for it. Releasing all the toxins when you're focusing on your breathing. Be intentional. Then I'm going to shift my right hand back, gaze follows, back to center, left hand back, gaze follows. Stand tall, mini back bend, forward fold, half lift. And then I'm going to hold the plank pose for a moment and focusing on my breath and being intentional with my mindset at this moment. And then vinyasa. Mindset is everything. So I'm going to lift my right leg up. I'm going to tuck it under for a fallen star. Lift my left hand toward the sky. Gaze follows. And then I'm going to lift my right foot up. Step it through to do a crescent lunge. Gaze follows toward the sky. And just feel it in this pose. Then I'm going to twist to the right. My right hand is behind. Gaze follows. And then I'm going to go back to center, clasp my hands behind my back, lean over my right straight leg. Pyramid pose. And then I'm going to place my right hand firmly down, lift my left side body up. Gaze follows towards your left hand, half moon. And then from here, I'm going to do an inner thigh stretch. So I'm going to cross my left thigh over my right knee, and I'm going to twist to the right. And then I'm going to lift my left leg out toward the side and feel the stretch. Padangusthasana B. Then I'm going to clasp my hand over my left foot, lean forward, dancer pose, and then forward fold into a vinyasa. So from here, left leg high, tuck it under, lift your right hand toward the sky, left leg up, step it through, crescent lunge, and then we're going to do the twist. Twist to the left, gaze follows toward your left hand. And then pyramid pose. And then half moon on with your left side down and your right side up toward the sky. And then from here, we're gonna switch so that your right leg crosses over your left. Temple dancer. Twist all the way to the left. Grab your right foot. Reach it out to the side. Padangusthasana B. Hold it here for a moment and then go into dancer pose where you bend your right foot behind. Lift it out. Reach your left hand overhead. And then Vinyasa. And then from here, we're going to go into an inversion. Inversions are so intentional for your body and purposeful. So if you can't do an inversion, you can do some type of core work. Either way it works. But there's millions of types of inversions you can do in your body. You don't necessarily have to do a handstand or a headstand. You can do whatever your body is calling you to, of course, because yoga is about mind and body connection. So, if you want to do crow pose and your body's craving that, feel free. And then when you release, let out all the toxins in your body. And then we're going to do a flow one more time. So, I'm going to go back up to downward dog. Lift your right leg up. Half pigeon, tuck your right leg underneath. Lean over. And then hold it here for a second. And then you're going to lift your right leg back up. I'm going to step it through, pivot and plant your back foot. Lift your right arm overhead. Feel the stretch in your right side body. And then put your right arm on your right leg. Lift your left arm overhead like a swim stroke. Feel this side stretch on your left side. And then from here, I'm going to go to a dragonfly twist and then a seated half split. Feel the stretch in the bottom of your lower left leg. And then you're going to stick your left leg out, bend your left, or you're going to stick your right leg out, bend your left knee, and feel the stretch overhead, gate pose. And then standing split. And then we're going to do those stretches on the left side. So lift your left leg up, tuck it under. Feel the stretch. Here, hold it here for a second. Give your mind, body a moment. And then you're going to lift it back up. And then step it through, pivot and plant your back foot. Lift your left arm overhead. And then put your left arm down on your side. Right arm overhead like a swim stroke. Feel the side stretch in your right body. And then plant your right foot down, your right hand down. Left hand toward the sky, dragonfly twist. Seated half split. And then gate pose with your right knee bent. And then I'm going to end that with a vinyasa. And then back to downward dog. So from here in downward dog, I'm just going to go into a frog pose. I'm going to lean down and just focus on stretching out your inner thighs for this pose real quick. A lot of times we carry stress in our inner thighs, so it's important to release the stress. And just lifting your hip up. From here, I'm going to go and do a boat pose. So I'm going to lift my hands out to the side, hold it here in this position, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower into low canoe. Lift up, lower, lift up, lower, lift up, lower. And do it at your own pace, whatever your body is telling you. And then I'm going to go plant my feet firmly on the ground, and I'm going to go into some bridge poses. So you lay down, and then you're just going to lift your butt up toward the sky with your hands at the side, and just feel the lift in your lower back. It's really stretching it out. And then do a bridge pose, if it's in your body or your mind to do it. And then gently release. From here, I'm going to twist my legs to the left. And I'm going to feel the twist with my gaze the opposite way toward the right. Feel that stretch in your lower back and hold it here for a few moments. And then we're going to twist to the other side, feeling the stretch. Gaze follows toward the left while your legs are toward the right. And obviously, if your body's craving a different pose, go for that. Then from here, I'm going to go into open butterfly and lean forward and focus inward. So hopefully you were able to focus and do what your mind was calling you to do in this yoga session. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you have a great weekend and enjoy your Friday and live an intentional life. Namaste.